What's up, Henry Blitz fam? We are already done with Chelsea, so now we will be tackling Rena, the first one released of the Speedy twin. I think the devs have been running out of ideas for a PG. After releasing 2 abomination PGs in the embodiment of Becky and Yasmin, they have came up with a complete opposite, the flop PG Rex. They for sure are trying to make a good PG to market. That's why they have come up with Rena. However, I'm spoiling it to you now. She is just Becky essentially, and depending on what you value, she is just a slightly better or worse version. Even her name isn't that unique. She now just seems to be the younger sister of Reno the Dunker. For you to see, let's try to tackle her stats and skill. First are her specialty stats, speed, pass, and steal. This is pretty similar with what Becky has. The only difference is that Becky has a slightly higher steal, while Rena has a slightly higher pass. Now let's get to see what her skills are. Notice that a lot of them are simply Becky's skill, with just the addition of the extreme state that further boosts them. First though, we have here shot pass, which is simply a pass after a fake shot. Since you can build Rena as a shooter with her exceptional speed, this can be good to lure defenders. Next in line, we have extreme acceleration, which is simply the same with Becky's acceleration without the ball. This skill basically allows them to accelerate when they're not in possession of the ball by tapping the AUX button. When maxed out, it gives both of them an additional acceleration speed of 5%, but Becky has an additional acceleration time duration of 1 second. What's unique, though, is extreme state further boosts the effects of this skill. Movement speed increases, with or without the ball. Shot release speed and shot interference resistance is also increase, which makes her a shooter type as well when in the extreme state. So how does extreme state trigger? First, your energy below your feet must be full charge. Your first instance of using the AUX button will trigger extreme state for 20 seconds. After that duration, energy recovery is slowed down for the next 20 seconds. Once full charged again, you can use the AUX button again to trigger another extreme state. Next one is the Sprint Steal SP, which is pretty similar with Becky's Sprint Block that gives additional steal success rate of 25% and steal range of 12% when maxed out. However, they have major differences when it comes to special effects. As for Becky, failed steal attempts reduce the enemy's shooting accuracy. Meanwhile, as for Rena, successful steal attempts increases her own interference resistance for a whole 18 seconds. Moreover, extreme state boosts steal range and steal success rate further. This makes her an outstanding defensive PG, just like Becky. Last but not the least, her level 4 precise long pass SP, which is simply pinpoint pass. The only difference is that it gives additional hit rate and interference resistance with a receiving teammate when used outside the extreme state. Take note, the bonus stats is only triggered when using this pass outside of the extreme state, so beware as to not be confused with this one. Now let's try her in practice. What would be a nice build for Rena? Let's go with gears and assists first. Personally, I would prefer going for the speed and steal build, then go for a bit of three-point shooting with her skill set. As for skin affixes, I would personally go for extreme acceleration and sprint steal SP. For suit affixes, I would personally go for firefighter, chatterbox, and swiftfoot or any good third affix you may opt for. Let's also try to compare her with Becky. Both are speedy characters, but Rena is even more speedy when she is in extreme state, with or without the ball in her possession that even Becky may fall behind from her. It's like she is a combination of both faster Becky and Jessica when in extreme state. Rena also has a mix of offense in her skill set, unlike Becky who focuses on defense primarily and will only shoot when she is wide open. Still, both are good options for defensive plays. However, what I think differentiates Becky from Rena is Becky's rolling save, which is the best dive in the game. This is a major differentiating factor, especially in high ELO where every loose ball is crucial and Becky is at advantage with her dive. Overall, I think she is a very decent PG to get, and is very much like Becky's playstyle with a bit of offense in her bag. She is a must-get character for a PG, especially if she fits your playstyle. Personally, I see her being banned more often in higher ILOS, even more than Becky at times. She is especially effective against opposing teams that do not know how to play zone defense or are simply slow to catch up with her. That should be it for today's video. By the way, as a special announcement, I would like to announce that I have my new Facebook page in the description box below. The reason I have deleted the previous one is that it has low engagements, probably because it was just a revived page with inactive followers. I am hoping to get your continuous support, and if you are watching here, please extend your support with my other socials. Make sure to like the video and subscribe for more competitive insights, because we are all about turning speed, decision-making, and execution into wins. You'll find my socials, in-game names, and SBA's official platforms linked in the description. Tap in, stay connected, and keep the conversation going. Remember, speed creates pressure, and pressure creates mistakes. Play smart, play fast, and stay one step ahead. This is Henry Blitz, signing off.